Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today we'll learn about 15 psychology facts that will blow your mind. Now, let's begin. Every day, researchers discover new things about human psychology, from mundane facts to mind-blowing revelations that challenge everything that we know about ourselves. For example, what are the psychological secrets of attraction? What are the laws of psychological power? These questions go straight to the heart of human experience. Some discoveries reveal unsavory or depressing truths about human nature. For example, a 2020 study from the journal Frontiers in Psychology explains why and how humans are programmed under certain circumstances to take pleasure in others' misfortune and pain, a phenomenon known as schadenfreude. Not all psychological discoveries sour our perspective of human psychology. Many discoveries renew our faith in humanity and remind us how incredible people can be. A recent study found that acts of kindness in a closed environment really do come back around. If you're kind to others, there's a good chance they'll return the favor. Other profound discoveries explain the quirks and the oddities that make us human, finally giving meaning to ideas and experiences that we've never understood before. Why do some people love scary movies despite at some level fearing for their lives? Why does seeing someone yawn cause you to yawn too? These questions and many others have occupied our popular imagination for years, leading many experts to investigate precisely why we do the things we do. However, their findings don't always align with the general or widespread consensus. In some cases, what they discover opens our eyes to mind-blowing patterns and phenomena with profound implications for our daily lives. For example, a group of researchers recently found that deep and consistent sleep might prevent neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. In this video, we're going to cover 15 mind-blowing facts taken straight from the pages of leading psychological research. If you've ever wondered why you do the things you do or where your preferences come from, you'll want to stick around, because these surprising psychological facts may finally give you the answers you never knew you needed. Like discoveries in any field, it's hard to say whether we know or understand the complete picture of our psychology, but these discoveries make one thing clear: there are plenty of mind-blowing discoveries left to be made. With these 15 surprising psychological facts, we're only scratching the surface. Number 1. Dark attraction. What personalities do humans find most attractive? According to a study from Washington University, we're surprisingly attracted to dark or evil personality traits. Despite their common association with narcissism and psychopathy, for many people there's something irresistible about them. Luckily, this correlation isn't as self-destructive as it sounds. We're attracted to dark personalities not because they're evil, but because these people present themselves with greater than average confidence and charisma. They're attractive on the outside, but once we dig below the surface, dark personalities begin to lose their charm. Number 2. The know-it-all. Do intelligent people know how smart they are? Surprisingly, people of above-average intelligence are more likely to underestimate their brain power, rating themselves as less capable than average. Interestingly, the opposite is true for people on the lower end of the spectrum. So if you know someone who thinks they know everything, there's a very good chance they don't. Number 3. The magnet paradox. Attraction rarely functions the way we expect. For example, if you like someone who likes you, your sudden interest may push them away. This phenomenon is known as the magnet paradox. Usually, if person A likes person B, you would expect their mutual interest to pull them together, but the opposite is often true. Like the poles on a magnet, people are drawn to individuals who show less interest in them. You come on too strong and you'll push people away, but if you pull back just a little and create some distance, they may come running back. Number 4. Mind-reading sarcasm. Let's get one thing clear: no one can read minds, but some people get pretty close. So if you're one of those people, there's a surprisingly easy way to tell. Well, just think about your sense of humor. People who like to be sarcastic or banter with others are usually gifted at reading people's minds. Now, you may not realize it, but your ironic sense of humor makes you more perceptive than most. Number 5. Visions of misery. Before you fall asleep at night, someone's face sometimes pops into your mind. Maybe it's your partner or your best friend. Perhaps you envision your boss's sour face or a coworker you just can't stand. But do these dreams and visions mean anything? Well, the person you envision just before falling asleep may play an important role in your life, though it's not always a positive one. Whoever comes to mind in your last waking moments is either a great source of joy or a great source of stress and misery. Depending on who you think of, it may be a little of both. Number 6. The attractiveness bias. Do good-looking people really have it easier than the rest of us? Well, the simple answer is yeah. The conventionally attractive are likely to be rated highly in other categories by their peers. For example, if you find someone attractive, then you're more likely to give them your trust whether or not they deserve it. And the opposite is true of people that we find unattractive. If someone is conventionally unattractive, then many people assume they're also untrustworthy and unintelligent. The attractiveness bias isn't always fair, but that's just the way our brains work. Number 7. A recipe for happiness. Do you know someone who's always rushing from place to place? Now you might think, wow, their life seems miserable. The truth is that busy people tend to live happier and more fulfilling lives. And it's not because they're wealthier or more successful, but because they spend less time worrying about what could go wrong. People with too much time on their hands are susceptible to more anxiety and rumination, often overthinking their goals and decisions. So when you're stressed, find an activity to keep your mind busy. Number 8. The terror of thinking. How often do you spend time just thinking? A surprising amount of people are terrified of being alone with their thoughts. According to a 2014 study, most people would rather endure a small electric shock than spend 15 minutes in quiet contemplation. Number 9. Unconscious demotivation. Do you explain your goals to everyone you meet? Studies show that people who discuss their goals are less likely to achieve them. Sharing your goals provides you with a small unconscious reward as if you've accomplished much more than you have. Until you've actually met your goal, just keep it to yourself. And that way, when you reach the finish line, you'll have earned your reward. Number 10. Placebo productivity. When you're feeling lazy and unproductive, it's easy to spiral into a negative state of mind. When this happens, many people become unmotivated, usually hindered by feelings of pessimism and hopelessness. But what if there was an easy way to turn things around? Well, it turns out that negative states of mind aren't as all-consuming as they seem. Most people just don't realize that our moods and mental states are surprisingly malleable. So if you tell yourself you're lazy, things will never get better. You'll keep feeling lazy. But if you flip the script, you can change your state of mind and build motivation in no time. Number 11. Sunlight disorder. How much time do you spend outside each day? On average, experts recommend at least 20 minutes of outside time daily. During those 20 minutes, your body needs sunlight containing vitamin D. It's an essential vitamin that supports bone growth, reduces inflammation, and bolsters your immune system. While vitamin D is good for your physical health, it also plays an equally important role in your mental health, specifically your mood and your state of mind. Studies show that low sun exposure is a reliable predictor of unhappiness, laziness, and even mood disorders like depression. Generally, the less time you spend outside each day, the more likely you are to feel sad and low. So get outside. Even a few minutes a day can make all the difference. Number 12. Lopsided contradictions. Most people are incapable of fairly judging their own mistakes, but we're even worse at judging the mistakes of others. A recent survey shows that people are willing to condemn other people's failures even if they made the same mistake moments earlier. The worst part is, many participants showed little awareness of their hypocrisy. Number 13. Symptoms of a healthy mind. Are you a sarcastic person? There are surprising benefits to being sarcastic. Most people don't realize that sarcasm demands significant intelligence and nuance. To make or even understand a sarcastic comment can be an exercise in creative thinking. Yeah, sarcasm can be cruel and it can be hurtful, but it's also a sign that your mind is sharp and healthy. Number 14. Pattern recognition. Humans automatically look for patterns in the world around them. For example, when you see two things grouped together, you see them as a pair. If you encounter three things evenly spaced, you might imagine a triangle between them. The human brain is programmed to interpret the world in patterns. It's a fact that you can use to your advantage. If you want people to pay attention to something, then use patterns to direct their attention from one point to another. By leaving space between objects or grouping them in clusters, people will understand you more clearly and perceive you as a more persuasive individual. Number 15. The truth about multitasking. Are you an efficient multitasker? Upwards of 70% of people think they're good at juggling unrelated tasks, but most people's brains just don't work that way. Surveys show that a measly 2.5% of people can multitask effectively. For the rest of us, doing two or more things at once isn't improving our productivity. In fact, for most people, multitasking significantly decreases their performance. So unless you're a part of that 2.5%, you're better off doing one task at a time. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.